Welcome back. So today we will focus more about the property of the geometric sequence. So in the previous lesson, you have learned about the general form of the geometric sequence and how to find a specific terms of them. Okay, so now today we will focus more on the property. So let's do the revision first. Okay, in the AS, you already learned one of the property of the AS. So for example, if you got the T1, okay, if you got a term T1, T2, T3, then so on. Okay, if this is the AS, actually, if T2 is a missing term, you don't know what is T2. How can you find out? Yes, we have learned the midpoint formula. T1 plus the T3 divided by 2 will equal to T2. Okay, so this is the property of the AS. And then do remember, AS actually talking about addition and subtraction, right? So because we got a common difference, so actually it's something about the add, okay, addition and subtraction. Then we go to the GS. GS, we are talking about common ratio is divided by. So actually we are talking about the times, okay? So if I got the T1, then unknown T2, okay, then T3 in GS. How can we solve it? Were we still doing the plus? No, we are doing the times, okay? So T1 times T3, okay, then we will equal to T2, the middle one. But of course, if two terms times together, how come it will become T2? Because T2 must be smaller than T3, right? So actually, we are equal to T2 squared. Okay, it's equal to T2 squared. So let's use some example to prove it, whether this is true or not. Okay, so for example, if I got the a to the power r n minus 1, then of course middle one is arn, right? Then third one will be arn plus 1. Let's try to prove it. So what we need to do is these two terms times together, okay? So arn minus 1 times the arn plus 1. Okay, so times together we got the a squared, then times together times in mathematics, actually an times an we will equal to the a to the power n plus n. Okay, so actually we're doing plus, so n minus 1 plus the n plus 1, so we will have the answer a squared r to the power plus together, so you have the 2n, right? Then 2 is your common factor, so take out the 2. So look here, ar is to the power n is your middle term. See? So this is proof that actually the first term times the third one will equal to the second one squared. Okay, so this is the property of the GS. So now let's use those property, try to solve the question. Okay, so take a look of the quick practice 1.19. We got three terms here, right? So first one, third one, then this is the middle one. Okay, so how can we solve it? I want to find the possible values. Okay, I want to remind you kids, in math, if you got a bracket and then you have an S, it means that the answer can be 2 or greater than 2, okay? So that means your answer, okay, numbers of the answer, okay? Can't say the number is 2, okay? Numbers of answer, okay, may be more than 1, okay? So now let's use the GS property to solve it. So we know that the first one times the third one will be equal to the middle one square. Okay, so what you need to do is just expand the bracket solving equation. Okay, so we will have the negative 2a squared negative 4a plus 3a negative 6. Okay, so move to the same side, we have the a squared minus a minus 6 equal to 0. Now you can use the cross method or formula 0, 1. Okay, then you can get the answer. Your answer will be a equal to 3 or negative 2. See, your answer more than 1. So that's why we have the values. Okay, so this is one of the skill you need to remember. If you're okay, now we look at another example, quick practice 1.20. Okay, so now here we got the two sequence, 1 and 2. Okay, now given, that means already given to you, you can use it. Okay, so I know that this is GS and their common ratio is R. I can use it. Okay, so now what we need to do is prove sorry, not prove, show that actually mean by prove, okay? Prove that this is also a GS. I want to remind you, how do we know that this is a GS or no? Just using the next term divided by the prefix term, next term divided by the prefix term. If all of them equal to same number, that's what we call it common ratio, then this is a GS. So let's try to do it, okay? So let's start with the sequence 1 first. I know that the common ratio is R, so that means 5B2 divided by negative 5B1 will equal to R, right? So when we do the simplify, okay, so we know that actually B2 over B1 equal to negative R, okay? Then try another one. Negative 5B3 divided by 5B2, cancel the 5, okay? So we will have another equation, B3 divided by B2 equal to negative R also, okay? So this is from the sequence 1 given information. We got this, right? Now let's take a look of the sequence 2, okay? So if you want to separate it, you can write it down like that, sequence 1, then we go to the sequence 2, okay? So let's try to find out or prove it, okay? That is a GS. So what we need to do is the last term divided by first term, okay? Then yes, from the A part, can you see that? This one is same with the sequence 1. So actually I already know it. The answer is negative R. Then try another one, B3 divided by B2. B3 divided by B2 also happen in sequence 1. So we can write that as negative R. So now you just need to tell me that yes, it is a GS. Why? Because they got a common ratio, okay? So you need to tell me that it is, or sequence 2 is, okay? To be more specific, mention it, okay? Sequence 2 is GS. Why? Because it has common ratio, okay? What is the common ratio? Negative R, okay? That's the proving, okay? Got it? So thanks, okay? So see you in next lesson. Bye.